As a man, Shaman, because is in and I just for every boys community, respect to support. I want to know all the time, you know, and come out all the time. And thanks to support, man, is in. Hopefully, we can get some more.
Yeah, Reggae Boys Nation, Reggae Boys community. World Cup 26, we are land. Yeah, the team strong. Tell them believe no man. Them a say we both see us so we can. Style and pattern. Tell them believe no man. Big up every reggae boys fan. Hoop on the wagon. Tell them believe no man. Believe no man. Believe no man. Believe no man. See fast, well fast like him skating a tool. Wait boys clock and plate in a goal. Hobby kick a shot next, shake it a roll. Chippy bust a chop skin, scrape it a sword. Inna the office or play upon the road. Inna we black, green and gold. Adidas sponsor suit. Nana boss lace, key boy ankle soup. Take it to them fatally. World Cup 26 we a land. Yeah, the team strong. Tell them believe no man. Them a say we both see us so we can. Style and pattern. Tell them believe no man. Big up every reggae boys fan. Hoop on the wagon. Tell them believe no man. Believe no man. Believe no man. Believe no man. Yo, Ravel still the world lord. Whisper kick shot, this thing it burn hard.
This is Damien Lowe, Jamaican International, and I send a special shout out to the Reggae Boys community. Thanks to all of the hard work that you've been doing. We're seeing it, we appreciate it, and everybody just come out and support. So we do our best.
2, 3. As a man, Shaman, because is in and I just for every boys community, respect to support. I want to know all the time, you know, and come out all the time. And thanks to support, man, is in. And hopefully, we can get some more.
Yeah, Reggae Boys Nation, Reggae Boys community. World Cup 26 we a land. Yeah, the team strong. Tell them believe no man. Them a say we both see us so we can. Style and pattern. Tell them believe no man. Big up every reggae boys fan. Hoop on the wagon. Tell them believe no man. Believe no man. Believe no man. Believe no man. See fast, well fast like him skating a tool. Wait boys clock and plate in a goal. Hobby kick a shot next, shake it a roll. Chippy bust a chop skin, scrape it a sword. Inna the office or play upon the road. Inna we black, green and gold. Adidas sponsor suit. Nana boss lace, key boy ankle soup. Take it to them fatally. World Cup 26 we a land. Yeah, the team strong. Tell them believe no man. Them a say we both see us so we can. Style and pattern. Tell them believe no man. Big up every reggae boys fan. Hoop on the wagon. Tell them believe no man. Believe no man. Believe no man. Believe no man. Yo, Ravel still the world lord. Whisper kick shot, this thing it burn hard.
This is Damien Lowe, Jamaican International, and I send a special shout out to the Reggae Boys community. Thanks to all of the hard work that you've been doing. We're seeing it, we appreciate it, and everybody just come out and support. So we do our best.
2, 3. As a man, Shaman, because is in and I just for every boys community, respect to support. I want to know all the time, you know, and come out all the time. And thanks to support, man, is in. And hopefully, we can get some more.
Yeah, Reggae Boys Nation, Reggae Boys community. World Cup 26 we a land. Yeah, the team strong. Tell them believe no man. Them a say we both see us so we can. Style and pattern. Tell them believe no man. Big up every reggae boys fan. Hoop on the wagon. Tell them believe no man. Believe no man. Believe no man. Believe no man. See fast, well fast like him skating a tool. Wait boys clock and plate in a goal. Hobby kick a shot next, shake it a roll. Chippy bust a chop skin, scrape it a sword. Inna the office or play upon the road. Inna we black, green and gold. Adidas sponsor suit. Nana boss lace, key boy ankle soup. Take it to them fatally. World Cup 26 we a land. Yeah, the team strong. Tell them believe no man. Them a say we both see us so we can. Style and pattern. Tell them believe no man. Big up every reggae boys fan. Hoop on the wagon. Tell them believe no man. Believe no man. Believe no man. Believe no man. Yo, Ravel still the world lord. Whisper kick shot, this thing it burn hard.
This is Damien Lowe, Jamaican International, and I send a special shout out to the Reggae Boys community. Thanks to all of the hard work that you've been doing. We're seeing it, we appreciate it, and everybody just come out and support. So we do our best.
Yeah, most can't hear me now. Yeah, big up everybody, big up everybody, big up, big up, big up, big up. Yeah, everybody in the chat. What go on, what go on, what go on. Bless up on yourself. Glad for soon again today. You know, we have a next nice show for you guys. You know, my guest is here already. But you know, just I give him some time. He's here. But we have a wonderful show set up, ready to go. Big up everybody in the chat. Big up everybody in the chat. Just let me know if you are hearing me well now. Big up everybody in the chat. And you know, people, we got this interview, and the person who set up the interview, say it's hard because they might not do interview. So, guess that is coming on today. We're pleased, very pleased to have him on. So, we give thanks for him to come in. But asking that real quick. I want like the start of the JPL so far because we see a couple games and it's been good. I like it so far. It's been good. I like it so far. But my only disappointment though was that I think the two most exciting games to me, were the first two. And we couldn't see them people. We couldn't see them at all. So I was disappointed in not being able to see the games, But we know the score updates. And tell me what you think about the teams them so far. I want to see. I know you guys saw the Dunby Olin and Arnett game and the Tivoli game. Want to think about the teams I want to see so far. I want the predictions for the season coming up real quick. Yeah, big up everybody in the chat. All right. So me communicate with you in the chat. But I have my guest here, and I won't keep him waiting. So I'm going to welcome our guest today for the interview, Coach Phillip Williams. I have him. I'm going to bring him on now. Can you hear me, sir?
Loud and clear, man. Thanks for having me.
Okay. Bless up. So, people, this is my guest today, Coach Phillip Williams. Is the current coach of the St. Andrew Technical High School and the JPL outfit, Dunby Olin. And I heard he's also an educator, or was an educator. I don't know if he is still, but we will find that out in the interview. How are you doing, Coach?
I'm good, man. You?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I'm glad to have you on because, when I was, speaking to the person who lined up the interview, I said, boss, this man is a hard man to get on an interview. When I was doing my research, I hardly find any interviews with you if it's not a post-match interview or a comment in the Glean or, it's a hard man to get.
Not necessarily hard. I mean, that's how I like it. Like to be off the front burner of this front stage, if you call it, if you wish to call it that. Just like to do my work and just be by myself after work finish.
Okay, I understand that. So, It's your first time on the Reggae Boys community platform. And I don't know if you know much about us, but we are an organization that just try to help with currently fan engagement in the when it comes on to national games and try to get people into the stadium. So we are happy to to have you on the platform. So where to start? Coach Phillip Williams, what would you say currently about working and coaching, because I heard that you're an educator. Are you still an educator?
Yes, I am. I'm currently in my classroom at the moment. I'm an educator. I've been an educator for 21 years now.
Okay, and how do you find it like balancing you know teaching in the classroom and coaching actually two teams?
It's rough. It's about time management, and sometimes it's very difficult based on, especially in the classroom where your timetable changes, and to have training at the senior level in the mornings, having to rush to teach your classes. Some of them you're late for, and then the schoolboy team after school finish, directly after school finish. It can be rough at time, taxing on the body, and also definitely mentally, it's very rough.
And I know sometimes when it comes on to being an educator and a coach, it's like giving part of you to the cohorts that you are involved with in the class, and then also the young men or young ladies that you might coach. Like, how do you find it like giving yourself to them as a mentor? Like, yeah, probably have a classroom with 40 kids, and they go back on the training pitch with the next 22 set of people. Like, that's so many people that you yourself are giving to them. You find it hard to like relate to everybody in a way that you can impart something to them.
It's not really hard. It has become a part of me. A lot of the boys that I do coach on the field, I also teach. I'm a technical drawing teacher, teacher of the trades, electrical and so forth. So most of the boys that I actually coach are in one or two of my classes. So it's easy. What it does now is allow me to get a feel of their lifestyle off the field, and also can relate. So I'm better able to reach them on their level, or empathize for different situation that may arise for them.
Okay, that's good. Which one would you say you started first? You started coaching or started being an educator?
Well, I think I entered both at the same time. Went to teachers college while I was in my teens, pretty early. But I was also a part of the coaching setup back in the country. I'm from Trelawney, by the way. And so it's basically the same time. I used to play football, and I fell in love with the game from then. But I'm a teacher by qualification also, and I've been in the classroom longer time than I've been a certified coach.
Okay, not bad. So in your like high school days, were you like a football player? You used to play football in Chilani?
Yeah, definitely. I played Division 1, Division 2. The year that I was supposed to play the Costa Cup, I think that was the year that the competition was placed on a hold by the principals. So we had no the Costa Cup that year. I don't think we had any schoolboy football in the country that year. But I played Western Confed, and also Division 1, Division 2 in the parish.
And what school was that? What school you were a part of?
William Neve Memorial High.
William Nib. So you're a alumni of the great William Nib. And you never
Yes, I
played
am.
any Dakasta Cup seasons. You played any U14, U16.
No, just Division 1 and the Western Confed. As a matter of fact, when I was there, track and field
And what was it like though? Like when we grew up in that. Repeat.
I would say while I was there, track and field was the sport to be the sport of the school. So a little attention was placed on football.
On the football. So you never like a double little bit in the tracks, or you were just straight football, man.
Straight football. Straight football.
Okay, cool. I mean, as you know, the track school. I'm from Herbert Morrison. You know, Herbert Morrison kind of have both at one point where, more of a football, and then Mr. Grant come and take over the program and, the track. So you can dilly dally and double in both. What was it like though growing up in Trelawney? Was it like, play soccer when they come from school, or how was it growing up there in terms of, football, and what was the community like when it comes down to football?
Well, the community that I'm from, Clarkstown, is a football-based community. So definitely, we always run home from school and head straight to the football field. Of course, we got some amount of beating in the evening because some of the home chores are neglected. Didn't get a chance to go for the animals, and so we got beaten every evening. But it's sport that we love, so we decided, hey, we're gonna take 1 or 2 leagues, but we're gonna play our football.
Okay, good. At what age would you say you developed like a love for football? Was it like pretty young, like at 6, 7, 8 years old, and you say, oh, I like this game of football?
I can't remember the specific age, but it's from pretty early. As I said, the community is a footballing community. We grew up with one half of the lane being Argentina and the next half being Brazil. So it was always about football in the community that I'm from.
All right, that's good. That's great. And fast forward to now, you play in Division 1, Division 2, and where do you think that you got the love for coaching? I mean, you're a player, and where did it come now to decide where you want to go into coaching? Is it something that you have for imparting your knowledge and skills to people, or you just wanted to go into coaching?
Well, from early introduction, I think I saw where I could contribute more to the game as a coach. As a matter of fact, when we qualified for Western Confed, I was a player coach at a young age. I think when I was 18 at the time when we qualified for Western Confed. So I was both playing and coaching the team at the same time. So I had a love in terms of imparting the knowledge that I have of the sport to others. So it was from pretty early. And then went off to teachers college because I saw where I couldn't make any money from the sport in Jamaica. Right. So my mom decided I should either go to Maritime or teachers college. And she chose teachers college because she said that she didn't like me being on the sea from her knowledge of Maritime. Right. So that's where I went to Michael and then also continue my love for football there.
In Micah, did you participate in any of like the college football, or
Yeah,
did
man,
you do any
definitely,
coaching in
man.
Micah or anything like that? Okay.
No, I was a country. I participate football and even track and field. Then and I think we did pretty well in football throughout my year at Michael. I think we went to about 2 finals. Went there with some pretty decent footballers. Some youngsters. They usually play for Mile Gully, and that's when Mile Gully was the team from Manchester, and we had a pretty decent team during my years at Michael. But I was very
And
involved
while at
in
Micah,
football,
yeah, I
track
was saying,
and
while at
field.
Micah, was it only playing or play coaching at Micah, or just straight playing?
Straight playing at Michael. Just enjoying football. I mean, we had a decent team, so we the concentration was straight on playing, and we had a pretty good coach at the time also.
Okay, and I know you said, yeah, go ahead.
I was saying that we had a pretty good coach at that time, so the concentration was playing at Michael during the tenure at Michael.
Coach, can you turn the camera landscape like this sideways if you're able to? Or if you already set up, no issue. If you can turn it landscape.
That's a better angle, or it's upside down.
And then you have to drag down this thing on top of your phone and change it to landscape. There, you have to change the settings on the phone to landscape as well.
Okay.
If you can.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah. All right. Is it Android?
I don't even know what it is, but I think it's there now.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, perfect, man. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Great. 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 So I was asking you. I know you said you were a player coach at one point, but when did you coach your first game? Not a player coach this time, but a coach. And which team was it?
Well, my first game was in 2014 when I was in charge of the U16 team here at STATHS. In that year, we went all the way to the final and we lost to Bridgeport 1-0 in the final. But that was the first year that I was in charge, fully in charge of a team.
Like
2014.
your first year, and your first year, you actually went to the finals.
Yeah, we went straight to the final that year.
Which one of the teams was this?
It was a U16 team, 2014 U16 team at STATS.
So your first year of coaching was coaching the under 16 stats team.
Yeah, in 2014. And then I took charge of the under 16, under 19 team in 2017. That year we went to the final also.
All right. So your first year was coaching the under 16 team.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 2014.
Right.
You went to the finals. You said you lost the finals.
Yeah,
Did you
last one.
stay at U16 for the years following that, or you moved up?
Now, what happened? We had a change in coaching. The head of the coach, the football here at Stats between 2014 to 2016. And then I was reintroduced in 2017 as the under 19 coach. That year we also went to the final.
Is it fair to say that the crop of players that you had in the under 16 were they the same ones that matriculated to the U19 when you moved up?
Yeah, about half of that team. I think we had 8 boys who went to the U16 final in that team, being a part of the U19 setup in 2017. So it was the core of the team that I inherit in 2017.
A really quick question I want to ask, because prior to being the head coach of the U16 team, what were you doing before then? Because it seems your success just came immediately. As you said, that was your first time being a head coach, but had you had any coaching experience prior to being the head coach in 2014? Because your first year you went to finals. So what were you doing before that team?
I was still playing until I think 2016, where I normally travel back to Trelawney and play Division One. Apart from that, I was in the classroom teaching, went to some of the games, watch and support in any way that I could support the team sport at that time. But I was not a part of the setup before 2014 and then back in 2017.
And what I want to get to understand, because your knowledge of coaching, your first year, you came, dominated, went to the 16 U16 finals. Where did this knowledge of coaching come from? I mean, for just you taking a team 1 year, what was it that brought you success so immediately?
I mean, the knowledge is out there. It's about being knowledgeable about the sport that you love and applying those knowledge to your charges. I think being a teacher also helped in getting across my coaching philosophies and ideas to the boys. And it was an easy transition for me being an educator and also knowing how to get across your ideas, which is very, very important. Apart from that, I don't think one should operate in isolation. There's a lot of resource personnel out there who are very knowledgeable on this sport. It is no shame for you to ask opinion, ask for advice, and I think that's what have helped me so far since being a coach.
And what would you say was one of the major difference jumping from, coaching U16 to coaching U19, if there is a difference at all?
Funny enough, you ask. I prepare my U16 team just as how I prepare my U19 team. Right? So there's no much difference if you ask me, apart from the age, definitely. But there's no much difference. I know that the older they get, you know that their ego start getting involved in the mix, and you have to be very skilled in managing because they are changing from you call them boys to men, from 16 to 19. So you have to definitely manage their ego differently. But there's no big difference in terms of how I prepare both the U16 and the U19 teams.
Not even on the training pitch, because we know the age difference. I mean, some their body might not be delivered for some of the rudiments that you might be bringing them through. But you're saying basically U16 and U19, you take them through the same training patterns. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter whether they're
definitely.
U19 or U16.
Right, definitely. The only thing that might change would be like the size of the exercises, the area that they work in. For the U16, I will have it a little bit bigger since they are less technical. And if I think that they are up to par in terms of their technical ability, I'll reduce the space that they work in. But apart from that, it's the same mode of operating for both U16 and U19.
Okay, that's good. Um, when it comes on to the U19 football, um, when it comes on to the amount of games that the guys play, would you say it is too much or too little? Which side you stand in terms of that?
I would wish that we would have football for the U19s right throughout the school year. I don't see why we have to have a period where we cram in matches between September to December. But as it is now, I think ISA is trying their best because we need to remember first that ISA is run by principals and these boys are students first, right? So in terms of balancing how it will affect their education and giving them time to focus on their education, I think it is enough at the schoolboy level, the number of matches that is being played. Is it enough at the under 19 level? That's another question. We're thinking about at the national level.
Yeah, because the reason why I asked that question is when you look at the age group of SBF footballers, when you look globally, coach, I mean, the number of games that age group is playing around the world is far more. You know what I mean? And at that level, I think they need that sort of development, getting in the reps to play the games if they think that they want to go professional. So I don't know. We don't have the power to change that. You don't have the power to change that. But I think, to help the boys develop, it wouldn't hurt if this competition, the premier schoolboy competition, on the island, would help in that way to, have them play more games. What you think? You don't think that would help the development of the young footballers to, have more games under their belt?
Definitely. As I said, I don't know why we are just focusing on July and September to December. I think the period could have been lengthened, um, so that we can have more games. Probably over a 6 month period or so, which would definitely, as you said, help in terms of the development of the individual and also the development of the sport nationally in Jamaica. But I'm definitely falling in the period that we play schoolboy football, the under 19 level, and the U16 right down and adding in more games. Definitely.
And I see that, in Jamaica now you have, a quite a lot of youth academies, and what I've seen happen is that some youth academies peer with a school. What do you think about, even the idea of, schools partnering with academies? You think that is something that could even, assist the schools and the young men to develop?
Well, if you look around, as you said, most of the top schools are paired with academies, right? And it definitely will help because it's continuous learning where the football is concerned when you have the academies, sorry. And you have some really good academies who are really exposing the youngsters now to football and all the intricacy of the game. So definitely having school aligned to academies and clubs will go a far way in developing the youngsters.
Currently, are you partnering with any academy?
No, I'm not. I've started one for myself, which most of the youngsters at Stats are a part of, especially at the U14 under 12 level, which we use as our feeder program for our U16. So it's in its
Mhm.
infancy stage. So we are trying to keep it as low key as possible, but are getting all the right elements, all the stakeholders in place before we start going public with the academy. But yeah, we have one here that we keep the boys active right throughout.
Because that's what I wanted to know. If because keeping them active like throughout the year, I think, is it helps them a great deal. And once you said you already started one where you can keep them going even though they're out of season. And do they like play like academy competitions like out of school by football season where you can still find games for them or
Yes, we
anything
do.
like that?
But we are very selective in terms of the competition that we enter. But we have been entering. We have entered the Genesis competition, and there are quite a few others that we have entered. So yes, we keep them active because it makes no sense you train them without allowing them to participate in
All right, good.
competition.
All right, so coach. All right, coach. So let's talk about your the Manning Cup seasons. How is it this season? What amount of um players you have kept from last season that is still here for this one?
We have 6 returning players. There were fringe players, 3 of which were fringe players last year, and 3 of which were players that really participated right throughout the entire competition. But the system here is of such where, as I said, the youngsters are to bred for U19. So whenever they come up, we have a decent crop coming up who understand how we want to play already, even before they reach the U19 level. And I think that is part of the reason for our consistency since 2017.
And when it comes on to, like style and, formations, that sort of thing, what would you say like your coaching style is? Some people say that you are quote unquote, when I ask people about you, they say you're a defensive coach. I don't know if you want to take that term or a more pragmatic coach. But what would you say your style is?
I've heard the saying, which for me is no problem, right? Because each year, in terms of our defensive solidity, we have been solid. But if you check the statistics, we are also amongst one of the highest scoring team also. So yeah, I'll take those names. Right. I believe football should be played at a quick pace. Right. And transition, definitely playing in transition. And using the raw talent that we have here, which is speed and athleticism. So my all my teams are very dynamic, very energetic, and play at a very high intensity at all times.
And when you find players, coach, and you have a good run with them, is it hard to say, man, how am I going to replace? I know you had the goalkeeper, Jedin, with you. Like when you lose all a player like Jedin, you probably scratch your head and say, how am I going to replace a player like him? And your top midfielders, then when them a leave, you have to say, oh, you're going to replace a player like them. Like, oh, you do that.
It's rough at time, but that is something that we have to deal with at the schoolboy level. We just have to produce them and hope for the best for them as they move on. What is very important is that you identify the replacement from early. So from the enter the high school, you can see a boy that you can say, hey, that youngster is going to replace Satchel someday, and you keep tab of that youngster, and you keep him active, get him involved in the academy. If he's already in an academy, you encourage him to go to those trainings. If he's a part of a club setup, you encourage him to go to those trainings so that they can keep developing. But it's very hard. I can tell you to deal with having developed players and having seen them moving on and knowing that you have to restart.
Yeah, give me a second, coach. Let me just big up everybody in the chat. The comments are, going. Coach Phillip Williams, blessing. Elite Sports, Ryan, big up yourself. Bam Sports, Travis Evans, J Weather Sports, YG, big up. Grammy Family Productions. Everybody in the chat, big up on yourself. People, if you have questions that you want to ask, Coach Philip, just drop them in the chat. Coach, you mentioned about replacing players. At the U19 level, how important is recruiting? Do you do any sort of recruiting? I know you spoke about replacing players, or do you know let your young people matriculate from U14, U16 all the way up, or you do recruiting outside of your current organization?
Let me see the best way I can answer that now. All right. In 2017, stats was little known. All right. So in terms of players wanting to come here, it was very difficult to attract players. But so we had to look from within and develop most of our youngsters from within, and that has been the mainstay of our talent developing from within. Know that our name is out there. We have players reaching out to us definitely, and we do include players who we think will match our playing style and also our culture here at Stats in our squad since 2021. But in terms of aggressively going out there to recruit players, no, we have players
Okay,
just
very
coming
good.
and reaching out to us.
So the program has gotten bigger. Is you recruiting probably become less people are now reaching out to you. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and yeah, that's what has been happening since 2018, 2019, right? And what is very promising, or what is very encouraging, is that the youngsters are now choosing stats from grade 7, that they want to be a part of the stats family from, say, grade 7, attending stats, instead of thinking about going elsewhere. And that has been the mainstay of where our talents are from.
Okay, that's very good. That's very good. What would you say the the support team around you, like I know you have a coaching staff, but what about like the management team, all of that, who manages the team, the support from the school? How is that sort of that side of things, with your program?
Well, no joke, but I think we do have one of the best management structure here at Stats. Something that has been put together from 2016, sorry, or a little bit before that. Um, we have a sports committee that manage football at all the levels, under 14, under 16, under 19. And they are doing a very pretty good job. The school definitely support us, because we are really the face of the school football, that is. And they do support us administratively. Teachers also support us. So we have very decent support, a very good support group behind us, and the school is behind us fully.
And what about like your coaching staff? Like people around you. You have an assistant coach. Do you have a trainer? Do you have a physio? What's your staff looking like? Your immediate staff that you work with.
Well, in order for us to be successful, and that is something that we realized from early on, from day one, we need to have everything in place so that the ballers can feel comfortable, which include trainers, goalkeeper, star, coaches, physios, and we have all those elements in place here. And it's a well-oiled machine here at Stats, I can tell you, in terms of the different stakeholders who are involved.
All right, very good. What I want to ask you too, coach. I know in terms of you've had players come and players go. Do you still keep in contact with your players even when they leave, or you try to help them along in their career? I know players will move on, go to different clubs, etc., go to different places, have different coaches, but a player like Satchwell, he has moved. Players like that who will go abroad. How do you keep track of players in general?
No, in modern time now, it's very easy for you to keep track of players. So we do talk. We have groups where they are still a part of. So we have group messaging, and we talk and keep up to date to their everyday life and happening. Even about 20 minutes ago, I was talking
Okay.
with my captain from last year, Richard Livingston. So he's in college abroad now. So we do keep in touch, advise them, still send our fatherly advice and coaching advice if they need it.
Coach, because that's a concern for me, sometimes, because we see a lot of these, the young players that get opportunities, and some of them will go away, and some of them sometimes it doesn't work out. But I want to know that we who are a part of their lives are still trying to help them succeed when they leave, because they need it. You know what I mean? Because when they go away, it is sometimes different than what they were used to here. How is Sasha doing?
He's doing great, he is now a part of the first team setup, where he's at, and
Yeah,
he has been scoring goal this season, and that is something that we are happy for, and for him.
he scored the other day, right? Was it yesterday?
Yes, I'm not certain,
Yeah, 'cause
but
I
I
know
know
I
he
look
has
at
been
it, and
scoring. Yeah.
let me check. Sure, me see him name on something. I don't know if it's old or it's new, but I saw his name. Yes, Satchwell has 6 games and 4 goals. Stank CC.
Yeah, man, he has been scoring.
4 goals in 6 games. Yeah, man. Come on. I think it was CC who actually sent me that where I saw him on the score sheet. But yeah, like players like that, keep in contact with them so that they know that you're still supporting them. I don't know how much of his games you can see to still give advice. Do you do stuff like that with players in general if you can?
Where is that? I'm having difficulty to get his the feed for his game.
Yeah,
But
to watch the games.
right? But in apart from that, we know that moving out of your comfort zone, entering into a new country, the culture is different, everything is different, and that might be the part that they need the most um help with in terms of encouragement and fatherly advice and just basic liberty in terms of advising them and things, especially if they think that it is not going how they want it to go or how they thought it would have. You know, you tell them about being patient, be disciplined, and just stick to it because that is your way out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Coach, I want to move over to the JPL. Before I do that, though, I want to ask you a question. In terms of coaching license, um, what level coaching license you currently hold?
I'm currently holder of a B license and in the process of completing my A license as we speak.
And is that the CONCACAF B?
Yeah, CONCACAF B and I'm now doing the CONCACAF A.
Okay. And what is it like though? Because is it something that is hard to attain, or once you start, you pretty much move up from D to C to B, or is it a rigorous type of thing where it will take time? Always getting the coaching license you see for you.
The educators that that does the course really lend themselves to you and make themselves available, which reduce the tediousness of the course, right? I mean, what they're asking you for is something that you're doing, you're currently a part of. So it's not anything difficult, but the direction that we are moving in, or they want us to move in, is documentation, which is something that we struggle with at times, keeping documenting what we are doing, paying attention to data and so forth. So it's nothing new. It's just that the direction that they are going in and where they want us to focus um, will definitely leads to better coaching and so forth. But it's not hard.
Okay, not a problem. And so you say you're now a part of the core to start the A. When is
Yeah,
that coming up?
I'm currently doing it. I have assignments for the next 18 months. That's when it's finished.
All right, so it seems like
We're about 4 months
Mr.
in.
Speed. It seems like Mr. Speed and Mr. Peart, they're doing a pretty good job because they said that they want to get the percentage of A license coach, a bit higher. So the standard of coaching can be, broadened on the island. And I agree with that. It is good that we can have more um higher qualified coaches coaching around the leagues, whether it is SBF schoolboy football or the Jamaica Premier League. What's your stance on that? You think that it helps the league to have higher qualified coaches a part of whether schoolboy football or the JPL?
Yeah, definitely. If I compare the league, the schoolboy league when I started in 2017 to now, you can definitely see the advancement in terms of how the coaches and the teams are, how the coaches are prepare the teams and how the teams are playing. You see better quality teams, or more quality teams playing structural football now. And in terms of the JPL, definitely, this year is going to be a very tough year for everybody.
Coach, we're breaking up there a bit.
I was saying that where I started in 2017, compare that to now, the teams are better prepared at the schoolboy level. You see more a higher percentage of teams that are very structured and are and playing to to game plans and so forth, and they're overall better prepared. So definitely qualifying the coaches, exposing them to modern meta of the games of the modern game definitely will help in producing better quality teams and hence better quality competition right across the island.
Thank you for that, coach. I have a question from a commenter, CC Sports Love. He's asking, what's the difference for you prior to being a licensed coach and after being a licensed coach? Has it enhanced your coaching, and what's the difference?
Yeah, there's a big difference. Some of the time we are out there operating, but in terms of why we do what and when we do what, we don't know. We just probably operating haphazardly. Now, in terms of being exposed and going through the different licensing, you are now better able to structure your training program and periodization plan and understanding why you do what and when you need to do what. So it's definitely help. And as I said before, one of the area that we are very weak on, especially here in Jamaica, is documentation, analyzing and reading datas. And the courses have definitely helped us to do that so that we can better able to structure our training program and not only that prepare by analyzing opponents, prepare your team for that opponent.
And when you're doing like whether it is coaching in schoolboy football or the JPL, like how in depth do you go? As you spoke about preparing a team for the other opponents, so you do like video sessions, blackboard session. It's that sort of thing. When you become moving up in the license, you kind of get more in depth to preparing a team to face an opponent, and you have to strategize where the left back supposed to be, that sort of thing. You just go more deeper when it comes on to moving up, when it comes on to the coaching license. Is it that sort of thing?
Yeah, exactly. And nowadays, where there's a lot of video feed, thanks to Sportsmax and the other media houses, you're able to get clippings on your opponents, whether at the schoolboy level or at the Premier League level. And it's very important that you scout games so that you can better prepare your team. Because at the end of the day, you are the person that your charges will be looking towards for solutions out there in terms of tactical changes, whether in the running game or in preparation for a game. And if you can't answer your charges, you lose the confidence of the entire team.
All right. And coach, as the people may know, you are previously the coach of Portmore United. How long were you there for?
It was 2.5 season. 2.5 season.
And how was it the 2.5 seasons? How
Well,
was that period for you? Being in the JPL.
before Portmore, I was also head coach of Tivoli Gardens, where I took them to third place in I think it's 2020. Then I left there and went to Portmore, where I won the knockout competition, the Links Cup with them. But in terms of a structure, Portmore is a very structured club, and it teaches me, apart from what I went there with in terms of my coaching knowledge and so forth. It also helped me with the administrative side of the game, and because of the structure that is there. So it was a good learning process for me, learning environment for me, and it I think it made me into a better coach after those 2.5 seasons.
And in the JPL, we in a lot of group chats and stuff like that. But anytime we talk about Portmore while we're there, the same thing come up. Portmore is very stern defensively. It's like you can't get rid of that tag, coach.
No,
Like
that's not a
your teams
that's
are just always defensively astute.
yeah, that's not a tag that I want to get rid of. I mean, you can't win title without having a solid defensive base, and it is very important. That's something that I'm now trying to develop at Dumble Holding. It's gonna take a while, but I mean, we have a very talented set of boys. So it's just to get them to understand how I want them to play defensively, because I do defending. I think it's a job for everybody on the field, not only the defenders, and that's an area that I need to correct quickly at Double Olin.
So I don't know if you were hearing my precursor to bringing you on to the show. I was speaking about the earlier games in the round, and I
Yeah.
was saying I wanted to see some of the TV games, but you are the man who get the TV game. So tell us about last night down there in
It
Harlem.
was it was very rough for us
Wagwan.
last. It was very rough for us last night, but I think we came up against a team that is probably near their peak, seeing that they are in competition, right? And definitely they outwork us last night, and we made two early mistakes, turnovers, which cost the two goals in the I think in the 8th and the 9th minute. Two turnovers, two mistakes, and it was rough from that. I think the game was rough before even that stage, but it get worse after that. But I mean, Arnett is a team that is up and running.
What amount of business you did in the transfer window? Because the transfer window was pretty busy. Did you do any business in the transfer window?
Yeah, we took in some defenders because I thought that was an area that needs to be sorted out at Dublin Olen. And it's just a matter of getting the right balance, right combination in the defensive unit, and that is going to take a little time. But we will get that right. We also took in some strikers because we lost our main source of goal in Nelson to Mount Pleasant. So we took in DeAndre Thomas and young Neran Barrows from he plays in the I think it's the Antiguan League.
When you look at your group of players, do you think that you could have done more in the transfer window, or you're satisfied with the business that you have done in the transfer window?
I think more could have been done in terms of getting in persons who will be scoring goals for us. Also, probably another defensive midfielders, but we are in a very competitive market now, and we some of our competitors do have more spending powers than us, so they are more attractive to the better players. But what we have there at Double Hole, and I think is a decent squad, a nice blend squad of experienced players and youth, and we will come good this season, definitely. Just a matter of time.
All right, so you're happy with the group. I mean, I know you will, as a coach, you probably say, you're aiming for top six, but I mean, have you set goals with the club and the organization? I know you don't have to reveal those, but have you set goals that you want to reach this season with Dunby Holding?
Definitely, and it's not anything that needs to be hidden. We didn't make top six last season, and that is the number one priority, the first priority right now. But it's a very ambitious club, well supported by the management, and they do have ambition of playing in the CFU. So that is also on the table in terms of the objectives that we have for the season coming up.
Okay, well said, coach. Coach, the people in the comments say you need a striker. I never mean say sorry people in the comments. Hey, coach.
Yeah, that is the reality, and that is something that we know from Jump Street. But I think we the strike force that we have is can be potent. It's a matter of them applying themselves and us having a little bit of patience with them while they get into their stride.
Okay. I have a question here from a commenter, Peter Mystic. I'm put it up. So. Peter Mystic. Let me see what he says. He says, quote, an exceptional quality, a player of exceptional quality to continue playing schoolboy football until the age of 19. You with me, coach?
Go ahead with the question again.
Coach look like yes. So it says that, coach, do you feel that there is any advantage to a player of exceptional quality to continue playing schoolboy football until the age of 19?
I think it's up to the player and the opportunities that present itself. Right. For me, I think that once a player is as matriculated to world class standard, where even if he's at 16 and he's approached by clubs that think that he have the quality, I think he should take that opportunity. Definitely, as an educator, I might want to say that he needs to first sort out some amount of his education foundation. But I am for opportunity. Once the opportunity presents itself and the player is of the talent that can function, it's not like say he's going to be a one day wonder. Once he has the quality to fit in our first real setup, he should grasp that opportunity. I don't have a problem with players moving on outside of the schoolboy football, because we can do so much at this level and no more. And in terms of the individual development, definitely once the opportunity arises itself for the person to develop himself, he should grasp it.
And coach, I want to have this discussion with you because we have this a lot in our WhatsApp chats, and without calling any player's name, what do you think of a youngster? Just as this question said, exceptional talent, right? And we've seen him dominate at schoolboy level, right? In some of us opinion, we think that that player should go on and play for a JPL team and don't come back down to the level of a SBF to play. Or if you want to play both, that's fine. But you should, if you have already dominated schoolboy football, we think you should move up to the JPL. While some people think if you dominate this year, come back, dominate next year. What do you think about that? Because that's a big discussion in our groups here.
Ah,
Because some people
all right.
think you should move on and stay up, while some agree that you can do both. But majority wants you to move up and don't come back down.
Well, as I said, it's about the individual for the most part, in terms of does he feel as if he has achieved all that needs to be achieved at the schoolboy level, and and also what can be gained from playing in one as opposed to the other. What I know from operating in the schoolboy at the schoolboy level for a number of years, the schools do more investment in the players than even the clubs. So that some of the time plays a part in the youngsters deciding that, hey, from a angle of being loyal, I want to represent my school even for another year, based on the fact that the school has done so much for them in terms of their well-being and otherwise and their development. But there's nothing to be gained from playing at the lower level, apart from probably a title. what can help or further the youngster development will be playing against the best, which will be either in the Premier League in Jamaica or overseas. And it's a balancing act in terms of which side to lean on. As I said, some players will continue playing based on loyalty and not necessarily wanting to continue their development, but based on what the school have done, the school program have done for them. And of course, you have, depending on which club the player plays for, the entire well-being of that player will be on the school right throughout. Yes, they have clubs that really invest in young players, their well-being, but for the most part, most of these youngsters playing in the Premier League, the boots that they wear belong. They get it from the school. If they have an injury, they'll go back to the school physio. The school will fund it. But that is from a what do you call it, a loyal angle. In terms of development, I think that it's best for the player to play at the highest level possible to play at.
Okay. All right. Not a problem because it's just that I think if a player has already dominated the schoolboy football and is an elite player, I think that he should probably step up a level, which is the JPL. Coach, would you say that there is any coach out there that you would say you pattern your style of coaching, or coaches that you pattern your style? I know you probably take things from one coach, something from there, but would you say that there's a coach out there that you pattern your style from, a style of coaching
um,
from?
it's hard. At the schoolboy level, it's very difficult for you to pattern yourself of any one coach because every year the characteristic of the players that comes up is different. So what you do, you look around and look at coaches that are probably coaching a cohort of players that are similar to what you have for this particular season, and then you look at what brings them their success, and then you try to replicate it with the players that you have, and that's what I've been doing. I can't say there's any one coach that have tried to adapt their style since 2017. There's been a lot, from Jose Marino to Pep, all the coaches. You look at what they have been doing
Hey,
because they
coach,
they
may I tell
they
us something,
definitely,
coach?
yeah.
When I asked you that question, I wrote Jose and sent it in the comments so you can see. Say I wrote it before I even asked you the question. I wrote his name down and sent it in the chat so they can see it. Because I said,
Yeah, man.
from I see how you played,
Yeah,
you must admire Jose. You must
yeah,
admire
man.
Jose Mourinho, coach.
You have to be first, be difficult to beat, man. When you're difficult to beat, then you can start experiment with some other aspect of the game and be more expansive. But at least you have to first set up yourself that you're very difficult to beat, and that is something that Jose does well.
And I'm a Chelsea fan, so I mean Jose is one of my favorite managers. Will always be, I love how he sets up his team. His teams always play with passion and desire and fight and all of that good stuff. So
Yeah,
Jose Mourinho, you say Pep, but when as you say at schoolboy level, it is hard to pattern. You say like this one system and it's schoolboys. So you at when it's at that level, you probably want to get them doing the basics first and moving forward, and you start from the back to the front,
definitely,
right?
definitely.
I want to ask you a question about the pitches, the football pitches in Jamaica. Um, do you guys have a nice surface that you guys play on and train on?
That stats. It's an era that that brings worry to a number of coaches in terms of the attention that is paid to the infrastructure or the pitches that we do play on. Um, for me at stats, it's very difficult. The field is very bad, and it has been so for the better part of 20 years now. But that does not really affect how we prepare our team. That's one of the reasons the longer we go in the competition and start playing at the on the better pitch, the better we do look. But that's an area of concern, and in terms of the development of the youngsters, it really hinder hinder the progress or how quick their development is achieved based on the fact that the surface that they are playing on is very poor.
Yeah, and I think that it can also affect the game when it's being played and also the coaching. I don't know what we can do. You know, everybody can, each school can, have their own program, and they get their own funding. But what can we do, for a dramatic change that would not only help a certain set of schools or clubs, but it affects change to everybody. And I've seen a match being played. I think it's Kemsil and another school. I don't know where that field was, but it looks pretty good. It was a TV match. I don't know if you saw it, but it was Kemsil and another team coach.
If
And
it's
and
Kemsil,
I
it
was
can
I was
either
very
be
surprised.
if it's Kemsil, it can
Kemsil and
either
Veer. Kemsil and Veer Tech. It was
they
Kemsil and Veer.
can either be Glenmuir or Manchester. There's Glenmuir, Manchester, and
So it was
Sticks.
Kemsil against Veer Tech coach,
Yeah,
but that field was it looked good. It
mm.
wasn't Stets because I know Stets pitch. I know Stets pitch, but
Probably
I
it's
don't know.
probably it's
But I just
Glenmuir.
tell you the two teams. But that probably Glenmuir.
Yeah,
Okay, but that field was looking immaculate. But
I mean,
but I I
pro-
I I I hope we can get to a stage where
it's gonna take a collective effort, probably from the
go
government
ahead,
and
coach.
also I'm saying it's going to take a collective effort for us to have good pitches in more schools. From the government to probably the SDF and also the schools themselves seeing the need for having a proper playing surface. We know that it's an expensive venture, and probably they are looking at the fact that probably only one discipline or two discipline might benefit from spending so much fund. But I mean, it's something that definitely need addressing, and I think more can be done in terms of having more schools having good surface to play on.
Definitely, definitely, coach. I'm not going to keep you too much longer, but I want to ask you, who is a player that you have coached or helped develop that no one knows that you had coached that player
I think all of my
or
players
had a hand in his development?
I think all of my players are known and are known to be mine. Yeah, Warner Brown, he scored on me last night. Come and hug me
Yeah.
up after the game. Gideon White. Yeah, Saquon Satchel. But all the players, remember, my history is very relatively young, so most of those players,
Yeah.
everybody would know about them. But it has been a pleasure so far working with the program here and seeing my youngsters participating in the Premier League. I think before I was in charge here, we only had Andrew Christie and Diego Harton playing in the league. Now we have a number of players
Mhm.
who have passed through the system since 2017, playing in the Premier League, and that for me is a sign of a successful a program that is on its way to being successful. Currently, we have Alex Xavier Gooden and J. Smith starting for Cavaliers, and they're doing very well, and they're still here at the high school level.
and I think those two they represented the national team before, right?
Yes, Alex,
Either the two of them or one of the two.
both of them. Alex represented I think at the under 17 level, and Jayla Simit in was a part of the last squad, under 20 squad.
Okay, very good, very good. Since you have started coaching, who is one of your favorite players that you have seen in schoolboy football, and one of your favorite players from your team that you have coached?
Well, there's a lot of players that I admire since being a part of the coaching. Definitely um Alex Marshall, definitely is one of those that still playing, and in terms of his personality, maybe one of my favorite player. Jadine White, definitely is also now a part of my coaching setup here at Stats, although he's at Cavaliers of the same way.
All right, that's good. That's good. Um, who is your favorite Jamaican national player of all time, coach?
I have a lot, but Tigat, definitely. Grow up here in that name. You know, we are from West, so definitely Tigat, Hector Wright. But in
Yeah,
terms of, yeah, those are the players that I grew up hearing about. Those are the time when Western Jamaica had a lot of the national players. But definitely Tigat Davis is the
yeah.
name that would be out there for me.
Yeah, man, I know T got well, you know, when T got go to the same church when I was in Jamaica. So I know
Yeah,
T got well. So T got is the Hector, right?
yeah, man. Those
You
are
watch a lot
players.
of T got in terms of club football.
No, just clippings, but in terms of national at the national level, where I got the last part of his career for the national level. But just clippings for club football, both locally and
Because I
abroad.
never I never saw a lot of him.
Now that wasn't remember back in those times
I never
wasn't a
saw a
lot
lot
of
of him at
coverage.
all.
Yeah, those are players that we
Mhm.
grow up hearing about, and in terms of their success, and what they have done for the national team.
All right, coach. I mean, all the best for the rest of the season for both your teams. And coach, remember now, we have it on the program. So yes, when they get the TV match them again, coach, we are look for you again, coach.
Definitely, man.
Remember, we
I
are look
mean,
for you to get the TV match them.
I just said I don't really do this interview, but in terms of what your community have been doing, I feel that I definitely owe you to come on the program, and I'm glad that I did. You know.
And we appreciate that, man. We appreciate that, coach. I know we have been connecting with you since the not this just concluding our home game, but the one before that. I know
Yeah.
somebody, from the organization has been in contact with you, and you know the work that we're doing, and we are very appreciative of you coming on the platform. And don't stay away now, all right?
All right, bossy.
Anybody have any questions to ask the coach? Oh, coach, real quick. Somebody's asking about who is this player? Malachi Douglas. Is he in the squad?
Yeah, man. Malika is in the squad. What happened? Malika joined up late in terms of the preseason. So he's going through his rounds, getting himself up to par in terms of the fitness. But he's a quality youngster that definitely I'm looking forward to great things from this season.
All right, people. So you heard he's in the squad. He just wasn't fit to be in the match day squad, but he is in the team. Any other questions, real quick, coach? I want to let him go. All right, I appreciate you coming on, Coach Philip Williams. It was a pleasure speaking with you. And as I said, don't stay away from the platform. You're a friend of the movement, and we look forward to continue working with you and have you as a part of the Reggae Boys community. All right, bless up
Yeah,
here, coach.
yeah, man. Blessed. All right.
People, there you have it. There you have it. Malachi Douglas is in the team. Um, We say no, Malachi Douglas never run left. Well, let me not say. He is at Dunby holding. Mr. United, better me leave it at that. He is at Dunby holding. Yeah. He's at Dunby holding. We run through some of the comments. See what go on. Big up yourself, everybody. Owen, that's still about, he wasn't repeating the question, Owen. It's because he answered in a specific way. That's why I ask the question a different way. You know what I mean? Club needs to do better for the players. Big up CC, big up Mr. United. Travis, big up yourself, Travis. Travis, are you have the money, Travis? Are you have the money, Travis? You need to help the people them get some better fields. Some better pitches in the island. No boss. People me know me internet give me a fight. I force me see this. Like me have to go plug it in straight next time. Travis, what you think about the JPL? The start of the JPL so far. I was upset that I couldn't watch the two game them. The Moby United and Veer game or the Portmore and Mount Pleasant game. Like those are two of your high profile game. Bless up Tennessee. Them that two a high profile game and them game the must see TV and amount of people that pay if you watch them match them, man. I don't know why we couldn't get at least one of those games to be shown. You know? But I would really love to have seen one of those games. Whether the Moby Veer game or the Portmore Mount Pleasant game. Because everybody knows that those two games are the two big games in the round. But I didn't like the fact that we couldn't watch those two games. But I heard Mr. Williams speaking about like going away to get equipment and stuff to see if they can do more games. But at least balance out the thing because I was looking on the schedule for people. I was looking at the schedule for the upcoming live games. And all of them there in Kingston. Let me look for right now. So me can tell you, so me not tell no lie. I'm not lying to y'all. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way when I tell no lie. This is it? Alright. So the first two games were the Tivoli Gardens and Molynes United, Kingston. Then you have the Arnett Gardens, Dunby Holding, Kingston. Then tonight now, Monday night, you have Harbourview Chapelton and Racing and Waterhouse. Like, why we can't even split the games? Sunday night, you have two games at Kingston. At least give it the Sunday night then, no? Or Sunday in the day. Because you know it's a Monday night football generally, it don't up the side. Give it the Sunday. At least one of those games. I'm hoping that, match week 2 will be different. Yeah, Travis, you say they call it what? 3-0 and it end up 4-1. No, man, Moby United is going to be a juggernaut team. You have veterans like Owen Gordon in the team. You have a Brian Brown. Remember, say Jamaica national player in there. Look, Remember, Owen Gordon played Gold Cup final with Tapper. And national players, look on this also. When they buck up Veer, man, and them little pit they have a box with us, box them little food out of them mouth. Yeah, man, that Veer get, man. The Moby United team is a pretty good team. They have about 4 or 5 Trinidadians on the team. A couple good defenders, and they have a strong midfield. When I was looking at the squad, They have a very, very, very good midfield. The forward line, I don't think they have as much depth because in the squad, I saw about only 4 forwards, 4 or 5 forwards. You know? So in the midfield, though, I think the midfield are them strong point. The midfield and them defense. Very, very strong. But I want to see them get tested. So can't wait for them play a Mount Pleasant or a Cavaliers. We see how it's going to pan out. Next game is for them on the 23rd Monday night. So that's going to be a Monday night game then, Travis. Looks like it's going to be a Monday night game. Yeah, no, it's because of the better. It's not even the better fields, Travis. It's they don't want to do the 2 games in 2 different places because the field that they played on in Veer is a pretty good field. But Sportsmax, I think, don't want to send a team down there to do it. It's a 3 o'clock game. You don't need lights. You just need to send a team. So it has nothing to do with that field down there. It's just that they probably don't want to cover the expenses to send a team here and send a team. Why you think them do double headers? You know, if you send a team there so and send a next team there so if we do live stream this and that, they're gonna do it where it works out best for them. See what I say? But big up everybody in the chat. Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. Big up everybody in the chat. Thanks everybody for passing through. But people, I tell them internet give me a fight today. It was so surprising to me. I don't know why. I never had this issue before. But next time I'm doing a streaming, I'm going to just do this thing straight to the computer. You know what I mean? Because I don't like what I see so far. I don't know what I'm going with the internet. It's all in a fine excuse saying lock to play. Well, I don't know. I don't know, Travis. If he says so, maybe something goes so. I don't know. I don't know. Are you block them, Travis? I don't know. Why them get blocked? You have to tell me why them get blocked, Travis. What happened? But man, them blessings, respect for pass through. Everybody will pass through. All who be missing at the comment section. Things, but big up on yourself, man. Them. May I run that run back that thing and see y'all soon. We have more good interviews coming up for you guys, more good shows coming up. You might see me, you might see Leroy as the host. It depends on who's scheduled to do what on that day. But big up on yourself, people. But thanks for coming through. Everybody in the comment section, thanks for the share, the likes, the comments, everything. You know what I mean? Let me see what Travis I say. So actually, let me do it over here. So let's see what Travis I say. HV is training at Rockfort, fixing the compound. Oh, Harborview is training at. Okay, cool. Okay, Travis, that not sound bad. That's a good look. Good look. All right, people, yo, big up on yourself, Do the right thing, like up the show, like up the live, share it, and all these things. Big up on yourself, people. I'm out.
I tell them when Shaman because Zane and I for the Reggae Boys community, respect and support. I want to know all the time, to know and come out all the time. And thanks for the support, man. Zane, and hopefully we can get some more.
Reggae Boys Nation, Reggae Boys community. World Cup 26, we are land. Yeah, the team strong. Tell them believe no man. Them as a we see us so we can. Style and pattern. Tell them believe no man. Big up every Reggae Boys fan. Whoop on the wagon, tell them believe no man, believe no man, believe no man, believe no man. See fast, well fast like him skating a tool. Wait boys clock and plate in a goal. Hobby kick a shot next, shake it a roll. Chippy boss a chop skin, scrape it a sword. Inna the office or play upon the road. Inna we black, green and gold. Adidas sponsor suit. Nana boss lace, key boy ankle suit. Take it to them fatally. World Cup 26 we a land. Yeah, the team strong, tell them believe no man. Them a say we both see us so we can. Style and pattern, tell them believe no man. Big up every reggae boy's fan. Whoop on the wagon, tell them believe no man. Believe no man, believe no man, believe no man. Yo, Ravel still the world lord. Whisper kick shot, this thing it burn hard.
This is Damien Lowe, Jamaican International, and I send a special shout out to the Reggae Boys community. Thanks to all of the hard work that you've been doing. We're seeing it, we appreciate it, and everybody just come out and support. So we do our best.
2, 3. I don't know why Shaman because Zane and the rest of the Reggae Boys community respectfully support. I want to know all the time, you know, and come out all the time. And thanks for the support, man. Zane, I hope hopefully we can get some more.
Yeah, Reggae Boys Nation, Reggae Boys community. World Cup 26 we a land. Yeah, the team strong, tell them believe no man. Them a say we both see us so we can. Style and pattern, tell them believe no man. Big up every reggae boy's fan. Whoop on the wagon, tell them believe no man. Believe no man, believe no man, believe no man. See fast, well fast like him skating a tool. Wait boys clock and plate in a goal. Hobby kick a shot next, shake it a roll. Chippy boss a chop skin, scrape it a sword. Inna the office or play upon the road. Inna we black, green and gold. Adidas sponsor suit. Nana boss lace, key boy ankle suit. Take it to them fatally. World Cup 26 we a land. Yeah, the team strong, tell them believe no man. Them a say we both see us so we can. Style and pattern, tell them believe no man. Big up every reggae boy's fan. Whoop on the wagon, tell them believe no man. Believe no man, believe no man, believe no man. Yo, Ravel still the world lord. Whisper kick shot, this thing it burn hard.
This is Damien Lowe, Jamaican International, and I send a special shout out to the Reggae Boys community. Thanks to all of the hard work that you've been doing. We're seeing it, we appreciate it, and everybody just come out and support. So we do our best.
2, 3. I don't know why Shaman because Zane and the rest of the Reggae Boys community respectfully support. I want to know all the time, you know, and come out all the time. And thanks for the support, man. Zane, I hope hopefully we can get some more.
Yeah, Reggae Boys Nation, Reggae Boys community. World Cup 26 we a land. Yeah, the team strong, tell them believe no man. Them a say we both see us so we can. Style and pattern, tell them believe no man. Big up every reggae boy's fan. Whoop on the wagon, tell them believe no man. Believe no man, believe no man, believe no man. See fast, well fast like him skating a tool. Wait boys clock and plate in a goal. Hobby kick a shot next, shake it a roll. Chippy boss a chop skin, scrape it a sword. Inna the office or play upon the road. Inna we black, green and gold. Adidas sponsor suit. Nana boss lace, key boy ankle suit. Take it to them fatally. World Cup 26 we a land. Yeah, the team strong, tell them believe no man. Them a say we both see us so we can.